All right, buckle up, everybody, because we are diving deep today into some pretty wild election results.
Yeah.
This 2024 U.S. election.
Definitely some surprise.
I mean, seriously, some stuff nobody saw coming.
Yeah.
Like, honestly.
Yeah.
And we're going to be looking at it all based on the snippet we got from the Trending Now podcast.
Interesting.
So they, they really broke down some of the details of the election. And, we thought it'd be fun to kind of take our own look at some of the things that they're talking about.
Absolutely.
Trump back in the White House?
Right.
Who...
Nobody had that on their bingo card.
Predicted that.
Yeah. It's
especially with...
It was really unexpected.
All the pre-election polls.
Right.
Like, everybody was saying...
Yeah, you would have thought...
It was going to be Kamala.
Yeah, for sure.
It really seemed like the polls were...
Yeah, they're all favoring her.
In that direction, yeah.
Especially...
It was doing so well.
With independent voters and women voters.
Right. Yeah, and she really seemed to connect with those groups.
It's true.
But looking back, I guess those polls, they didn't really capture...
They didn't tell the whole story.
The whole story, no.
No, they really didn't.
Like, there was a lot going on beneath the surface.
Exactly, and that's what's so interesting about this whole thing.
Yeah.
Like, what were the things...
What were the factors
being talked about
that we weren't seeing?
Yeah. What were those factors?
Yeah.
Like, what were those underlying currents?
Yeah, exactly.
That led to this result?
Yeah.
And one of the things that Trending Now pointed out was that these battleground states were just so crucial. Pennsylvania, Michigan,
Wisconsin.
They always seem to
decide it.
Like
it all comes down to those.
It's like they hold the keys to the White House. They do. They really do. It's like whoever wins those wins the whole thing.
And it makes you wonder why.
Well, yeah. I mean, why are those states...
Like, what is it about those states that makes them so pivotal in every election?
Well, they've historically kind of swung back and forth between the parties.
Interesting.
And they have this interesting mix of voters, You've got your urban voters and you've got your rural voters. And it's like this delicate balance, Yeah. So one of the things that was really fascinating this time around was how much economic concerns seem to have
like the economy
really driven voters towards Trump, for example.
Right.
They talked on Trending Now about this steelworker in Pennsylvania.
Oh, wow.
Who had always voted Democrat.
Right.
But then after his factory closed down, he switched to Trump. So it just shows you how these personal economic struggles can sometimes be more important than?
Yeah, overshadow party loyalty.
Party loyalty.
It really does.
Yeah.
It puts a face to the numbers.
It does. Yeah, it really humanizes.
It humanizes the situation.
Yeah, and it makes you think, like, how much did Trump's campaign strategy really capitalies
How much did they?
On these economic anxieties?
Yeah, were they playing to that?
Were they?
And did they...
Did they know
that was going to be a big factor?
Yeah.
It seems like they did.
It seems like they did.
Because, traditional campaigns might have focused on, like, broad economic policy.
Yeah.
But Trump's team,
they
went very local.
Oh, interesting.
Very hyper-local.
Okay.
And Trending Now said that.
They used a lot of targeted social media ads. And they even hosted, like, these smaller rallies in these areas that were really struggling economically.
So they, like, really
targeted
those voters. And they coupled that with all these promises about bringing back
manufacturing jobs.
And it seemed to really work.
It resonated with the people who felt left behind.
Who felt like they had been forgotten.
Totally.
Yeah.
Wow. So it's like...
So it's not just about the message.
Yeah.
It's about...
How you deliver it.
Yeah. And who you deliver it to.
Yeah, exactly.
And all this, like, digital savvy.
Right.
It seems like that played a role.
Yeah, definitely.
In the congressional races, too.
Yeah.
Republicans regaining control
of
the Senate. Yeah. And the House is, like...
Still up in the air.
Still a toss-up.
Yeah, it's anybody's guess.
Oh, my gosh.
Well...
Still waiting on those results.
Wait and see.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
What a nail-biter.
Yeah, it's coming down to the wire.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Crazy.
But, yeah, and, we can't forget about people like Elon Musk.
Right.
Trending Now mentioned that he
put a lot of money.
poured millions into this election.
Into supporting Trump.
Yeah, he was a big supporter.
I mean, yeah. That's got to have.
I mean, that kind of endorsement.
Yeah.
Especially from someone like him.
With his reach.
Yeah, with his reach.
Especially among younger voters.
Yeah, the younger generation.
Tech-savvy voters.
Tech-savvy voters, yeah.
It makes you realize how much the political landscape
it's a whole new ballgame.
Is changing.
Yeah, things are changing rapidly.
Like, could you imagine?
I know.
Like a single tweet?
It's wild.
From Elon Musk could actually sway
an entire demographic.
Crazy, right?
That is crazy.
The power of social media.
The power of social media.
It's undeniable.
It really is.
Yeah.
So, okay, so we've got...
So we've got Trump.
Trump back in the White House.
Back in the White House.
We've got a Republican-controlled Senate.
Right.
What does that even mean?
What does that mean?
For his second term.
Yeah, what's that going to look like?
Is he going to be able to do...
He's going to have...
whatever he wants.
Free reign.
Yeah.
It definitely gives him a lot more leverage.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, think about judicial appointments.
Oh, yeah.
Tax cuts, deregulation, all these areas where we could see some pretty significant changes.
Wow. Okay.
But we also have to remember that Congress is potentially still divided. I mean, the House is still a question mark.
Still a question mark, yeah. So
that could mean
it could lead to
trouble.
Some serious gridlock.
Yeah.
Like we might see a repeat of those.
Like where nothing gets done.
Those legislative battles, you know. Each side vying for control.
Right.
And nothing gets done.
And the real issues are just...
And progress just stalls.
Held out completely.
Yeah.
Divided government's a mess.
It definitely throws a wrench in the works.
It does.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder.
Yeah.
Like, what does this mean?
What does it all mean?
For the future.
For the future
of American politics.
American politics.
Yeah.
I mean, this election was full of surprises.
Wild.
And the long-term consequences are still unfolding.
It is kind of a reminder.
It is a reminder.
That all these things matter. The economic anxieties.
Right.
The digital campaigns.
These targeted digital campaigns.
Yeah, how they target specific voters.
And the influence of these non-traditional
political figures.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all have an impact.
They really do.
They really do.
So much to think about.
There is.
Here. Yeah. But one final thought for you all to chew on.
Okay.
Given this new
power dynamic.
In Congress,
how do you think it will impact
legislation on things like climate change be affected?
That's a great question.
Like this election has reshuffled everything.
It really has.
And it will be interesting to see how these power shifts play out.
Yeah, it will be very interesting.
On the issues that matter most to you.
Absolutely.
So keep an eye on that.
Yes, stay tuned.
Yeah, things are going to get interesting.
For sure.
All right, everybody, thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for listening.
And we'll see you next time.
See you next time.
For another deep dive.
Bye.
Bye.